Hey guys, welcome back to Livin MN Outdoors, and thanks for joining us for Get Livin' in the Word. Today, my cousin Ryan came all the way up from South Dakota. Woo-woo. He's a pastor down there, and he's going to help us with today's lesson. So, it's the 4th of July. We're celebrating freedom, but Ryan's going to share an even better freedom with us.
Come on, that's good. I love that. So yeah, my name's Ryan Lumley. I grew up I'm living in South Dakota, but grew up in central Minnesota, kind of like you, my friend.
Yep.
And we had so many opportunities growing up to go fishing, go hunting, and I kind of want to talk about waiting on the Lord. And it's so amazing how like these biblical truths you find in like everyday living when you grow up in Minnesota. So when I was young, I loved to go northern pike fishing because they were the biggest fish in the lake, and I'm like, you know what, if I'm going to catch something, I might as well catch the northern pike.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of trolling, but I noticed that there were these guys with big old honking bobbers and big sucker minnows, and they would throw that bait out, and they would, you know, after a little bit, they'd start catching some big northerns, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to try this. So I was probably like 10 the first time I did it, got a big old bobber, big old hook, big old sucker minnow, threw it out there, and just waited. And it kind of seemed like nothing was going to happen, you know, because it's like, this is a big fish, I've never fished with a sucker minnow before, and I'm just waiting. But sure enough, all of a sudden that bobber started moving, went under the water, set the hook as hard as I could as a 10-year-old, and reeled in that northern pike. And it's just so cool that the Lord talks about a lot of times in scripture that seek me, he says, seek me and you will find me when you seek me with all your heart. Jeremiah 29:13 says that. It's like sometimes when you go to pray or wait on the Lord, it's like, where is he? Like, what's going on? I'm seeking this God that's unseen. You know, he's really unseen, kind of like the northern pike in the water. You're like, is it gonna bite or is it not gonna bite?
Yep.
And before you know it, when you're waiting on the Lord, all of a sudden there's peace and there's joy. I mean, God is truthful. He's truthful to his word. When he says seek me and seek me with all your heart, you'll find me. He's not playing games with us. He's going to answer. You know, and I think about Jesus said that if you knock, the door will be open. If you ask, you'll be given. If you seek, you'll find. It's like, man, these are truths. If we just slow down a little bit, like we do so well as outdoorsmen, you know, going fishing for, or hunting for a deer in the middle of November, you're waiting days.
Yep.
But many times that deer comes out and you get a shot. And the Lord's the same way. You just wait, and before you know it, he's going to show up. So I love that about God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's all I have to share with all my peeps out there.
All right, well guys, you heard the lesson from Ryan here. He's a much better speaker than I am, and we appreciate him helping us out with this devotional. And I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope you'll share it with a friend. And don't forget to tune back in for the next episode. And don't forget to get on out there and get living.